What's going on, guys? Danny from Slow Restoration. We're going to try to show you a little bit more detail as we put these trunk floor drop-offs, like the procedure. So we got the trunk floor drop-offs in place. We are working on the 69 Camaro, by the way. But we have the trunk floor drop-offs in place. I did run a couple self-tapping screws down. I use my impact driver. Works really well for that. Drives them down, sucks this up tight. We can't get our clamp in here because the quarters are still on, so this is the way we're going to do it for now. So I got two drills, one with a bigger bit, one with a smaller bit. We're going to drill through just the top layer here into the second layer and clean up the second layer. So we know that's a nice fit there. We have a screw there. We'll go right in between here. I'll probably do 2 spot welds in between, or plug welds. So if you look there, you can see, you probably can't see it on film, but I can see where this piece of sheet metal got drilled through. I can see a line there, and then this piece got cleaned up. So we'll leave that good. We don't really want to drill all the way through. Obviously, where our screws are, it is all the way through, but we can plug weld that up. So we'll hit another one here. Good there too, and I might as well hit one all the way in the very back there. That's probably a little more than need be, but rather have a couple more than not enough. Alright, so we got through with that. We'll go switch to our bigger drill bit. This might be this is going to be a pain to get in there, so we'll have to actually switch out to our smaller drill with the bigger drill bit. Let me get that swapped around. Everyone does this a little bit different, but this is the way I like to do it. So we have our pilot drill started there on these three. We have our bigger drill bit in our drill now, and we're just gonna clean that up. It doesn't take very much. Just clean that up, make the top hole a little bit bigger. So it doesn't take very much at all. And now you can kind of see, hopefully you can see that it's a little bit more defined area where these two pieces of metal separate. So now we'll get our welder hooked up, and we're just gonna take, it's not on, so you're not gonna get any. So we're just gonna take and plug weld that up. As we weld, of course, the bottom piece of metal, which is the trunk floor drop off, is bare metal is exposed, so it'll weld to that, and then we'll just kind of go around in a circle real quick, and it'll puddle up and fill that in. So once we grind that off, it'll simulate a factory spot weld pretty close. Alright guys, I'm going to set you down over here. You're probably not going to be able to see what I'm doing because the GoPro was not going to focus in on the weld very well, but I'll set you down over here and we'll go ahead and plug weld these up. And that's what it looks like when they're done. Like I said, it's just a round plug weld. It's humped up a little bit, but once we grind those off, it'll be flat. And a lot of times there'll even be kind of a little dimple in the middle, just like a normal spot weld would be on a factory sheet metal. So it's pretty much that process all the way up through here. I'm gonna back this screw out. I'll move it up a little bit, run it back through, and then we'll be able to clean up with our larger drill bit where the screw was. Since there's already a hole there, we'll just plug weld that up, and it'll be a nice penetration on that weld also, and we'll fill it up, and you won't be able to tell the difference between where that was and where that weld is. So we're just going to alternate. We'll keep flipping. If these are nice and tight together, I'll keep going. If there's a small gap or void, I'll run a screw in and hold that tight. Even if there isn't, once you get so far away, it's good to either stop and let all this cool down a bit, because you will get some warpage, or run a couple more screws just to keep that. Even if it's tight now, as you weld, the warpage will make a gap. So we're just going to alternate up through there, keep drilling our holes, and get this side. This side's the same way. We have a screw there, and we'll just keep doing the same thing, alternating, getting all that welded in. Got a bunch more of the initial size drill bit, and like I said, as you're going, you can tell when you have a gap. Like right there, we just blew through. Right there, it blew through a little bit more, not through the whole panel, but into the gap. So we're going to go ahead and run a screw in here, actually probably there, tighten all this back up, and then we'll keep continuing up. Got a couple more screws in there. Like I said, we'll keep kind of jumping over top. We can usually get maybe 2 in between, and yeah, once we get all of these drilled, we'll go back, clean them up with the bigger drill bit, and then start spot welding them. Again, it's kind of good to do maybe 2, possibly 3, and then jump and go to another spot, just to keep that heat evenly distributed and keep the warpage down to minimum. Don't forget your safety glasses as you're doing this. It does put out quite a few shavings, and once you're done, you can clean that up a little bit. Nice thing about not having the bottom, we can actually move that quarter and get all those shavings out of there, maybe blow some air in so they're not laying down inside there. We got all these plug welded up. Now we'll zip the screws back out. It's nice and tight now. We'll zip them out, run the bigger drill bit, and then pop all, or plug weld all those holes up. We can save those screws, they're still good. Eventually the drill bit on the end of them thaws out, and you gotta just throw them away. But for now, we can keep using them on that side. So let's grab our larger drill here. We'll clean those holes up. plug weld those up, and that whole side will be done on the top. Like I say, it's nice and secure now. It's definitely not moving. We got probably more spot welds in there, quite a bit more than factory, especially in the back here. There we have it. All of them are zipped back up. All of them look good. Time to move on to the other side. There we got all those zipped down. 2 down here because it had a little bit of a gap back here. And then we just kind of, spaced them out kind of sort of equally, and we'll go ahead and drill all of our holes up, get them plug welded up, just like the other side. After we get that done, we'll zip these out, hit them with the bigger drill bit, weld those up, and we'll be looking good. There we go, got them all drilled up. We still have a tiny bit of a gap in the very back here. I think I can squeeze a clamp in there, get that closed up, but we have enough screws in there. I'm gonna go ahead and weld all those up. And there you have it again. I'll use my drill here as a flashlight. You can see all of those are welded up nice. It's nice and solid. It's not going anywhere. One other thing I'm gonna do, they had a couple, not sure why they had a couple screw or holes through here. I don't know if they maybe did the same thing. Like there's a hole there in the floor that we can weld up. And up here, they kind of got a little heavy on their spot welds. So they blew through the top layer. So I'm just gonna zip them up real quick since I'm right here. And we'll grind them off the same time we grind these off, and that'll make it look a little bit better. We went a little further with it. We actually got, it's on the inside here. I guess you can kind of see that. We got stitched up, so this inner tail pan and the trunk floor drop off is now welded together through that seam from the inside. Pulled this quarter over slightly and welded the back part of the trunk floor to the trunk floor drop off, both sides, again on the inside too. So the trunk floor drop offs are done except for that inner fender, where the inner wheel well goes through here. And I kind of want to leave that loose for now because we have a little bit of play there in the quarter to get that tail pan situated. So I'm going to stop there. We'll get all this cleaned up and get that tail pan fitted, and then we'll get this whole back end welded in. Unfortunately, we're going to have to stop there because we have something else to come in. This thing's been in and out so many times, but we did get some really good progress again on the back end of this. All right, guys, that's about it for plug welding. So I know first question I might get is drill bit sizes, and I forgot to put that in there. So the small one's about a 3/16 to a quarter in that neighborhood, and the big one's about a 3/8. Yeah, about 3/8 drill bit. You can vary in sizes depending on what size wire and stuff, the thickness of sheet metal, but roughly that size drill bits works good. They don't have to be exact. It's not rocket science here. We're just drilling holes and welding them up. But that's pretty much how you do it, and it works good. When you drill down through, even these are both new pieces of sheet metal, so the trunk floor is new and the drop-off's new, so we're not dealing with any rusty metal. But if you were dealing with some older metal, maybe has some contaminants on it, as you drill down through, you will clean up that old metal with the drill bit, and that's why I like doing it that way. It gets nice, fresh, clean metal to weld to. We're going to keep rolling on this. We're going to get this cleaned up, get our tail pan fitted, but check back for more progress. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.